What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka 68J, and we're back. Yeah, greatest family on planet Earth, EARF. You're damn straight. Appreciate you guys that made your way. For those of you guys who don't know, we were live today, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which was 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we went a little bit over. The stream obviously lasted just over an hour, but I had so much content because I didn't go live yesterday. That's what happens when you don't go live, but I'm still very much researching and just emerged in finding information. So I had a lot more stuff I want to talk about, a lot more stuff on my X page that I put out there. So we're going to get into that and much more. Let's say what's up to the family, some of the family that's returned. Shouts out to Dual Citizen. Are we there yet? That's my man, Pots and Pans. Not yet, but damn it, brother. As long as me and you've been connected, he's been one of our day ones, been riding with us from day one. Me and Dual Citizens met in person. We were part of the same group before, and now he's here with his brother. Appreciate you in a major way. Definitely a real one in the game, and I love that little slogan, "Are we there yet?" But brother, I tell you what, you know as well as I do, we've never been in this position before. Absolutely incredible. This is stuff we used to talk about, dream about, discuss when we were live here in Vegas, and we're sitting at the different venues that we've connected with. But it's happening. We're in the midst. We're in the moment. We're enjoying the process, and that's what it's about, my brother. Shouts out to Dual Citizen, especially with the virtual hug. Huh? Can we get off this XRP roller coaster already and onto XRP rocket ship? I'm getting worn out, brother, I tell you. And that's exactly what we've been talking about, guys, that thick skin. But you know, it's so funny that when I think about what Dual Citizen just said, and shouts out to DCA Crypto Dave, Halls Balls. We got Chaka Bartels in the house. All you guys that have come back are freaking legends. I love you guys. Haven't looked at Uphold in a month. And first day I do, bought more. That's dope. Ivan Hernandez in the house. So, kind of going to what Dual Citizens was talking about. And thank you, my brother. Virtual hug back at you. It's funny because I do super chats with different groups, and I didn't even realize you could do 5.89. It's pretty cool. 589. That's what we're talking about. If those of you guys don't know, on our channel, that's what we do. We follow 589. We've been following 589 damn near since I've had, I was on X. We got up to 589, and I never let it go past or above that. So shouts out to Dual Citizen for that. But this is a great topic, brother, and we're going to kind of pick up and piggyback off what we were talking about earlier, just an hour or so ago, in regards to, it's the process. I mean, I get it, like we're tired, but can you imagine, man, Dual Citizen, can you imagine all you guys, the people who are sick and tired of sitting there waiting, Bitcoin at $1? What are you talking about, 10,000? What are you talking about, 20,000? And then to see that damn thing slide all the way back down the way it did when it got up to 19 and some change back to 3,500. If that doesn't do something to your, to your morale, but again, for people who saw it, they saw it. They I've met a lot of people with crazy Bitcoin stories about they got out, they bought homes, they got in way early and was all the way out at $500. Can you imagine? I literally met a guy in Hawaii through a connection, a multi-million-dollar buddy of mine, who got into Bitcoin early and then cashed out at $500, but he had got in like sub 100 and cashed out at 500, and that was a big deal. That was a big come up. But you got to think about it, like there's nothing wrong with that guy. Like, it takes a certain person. Now, you could even go as deep as someone like Joe Katz. We guys know who Joe Katz is, right? David Swartz, the CTO of Ripple, who just recently announced that he was retired, and we're going to talk about that and much more. I'm retiring to go hang out with my grandkids. Brad's like, I'm getting married. There's something big at play, guys. That's all I got to say about that. But even with Joe Katz, he immediately said, look, he had sold his Ethereum to put solar panels on his house. And that Ethereum that he sold today would made him an extra $1 billion plus. It's crazy. So people do this. It happens. And so, but it's, guys, look, at the end of the day, you could either have I shoulda, coulda, woulda, I had it, but I lost it. Man, if I'd have held on strong. And I've met, since I've been in this space 8 years, and I've been going to conferences, Bitcoin conference, XRP conferences, traveling the world, meeting people from every aspect. I mean, even some celebrity guys that I know who are, my one particular buddy who's an R&B singer, and he was talking about days where I could tell you guys some stories, man. I could tell you some freaking stories. I know guys in the not so right business, people who were in because my world consists of so many different people, but I know guys who were in the in the marijuana business, way, and I'm not saying this, who you talking? Oh my God. Look, if you think my life is all business people, no, I come from the hood. So therefore I got a lot of friends and family still in the hood. But I remember friends saying, Jay, I remember back in the day, we used to deal with Bitcoin. I'm like, what? for the weed game? Like, seriously? And then I remember a friend of mine was talking about, he said, it was, I remember, yeah, I'm not going to say who it was, protect that thing, but they said they remember back in the day let's just say, I'm trying to think of a kind word to say it, exotic dancers back in the day, and he was telling me how they would accept Bitcoin. I'm like, what? And he said, it's funny because he said, and I'm not trying to like, oh my God, I'm not telling anybody's business. I mean, I am, but they don't know who you don't know who they are. But he was saying how that this person, this is years ago, this is back in like 2000, like maybe like 9 or something like that. This female was telling this person that she was saying, you need to get Bitcoin. And he was like, what? He goes, you need to get Bitcoin. She goes, this is the future. And he's like, if it wasn't for who was telling me, you know, she's a, you know, like a I don't know, maybe she was a dancer or something like that. Like Bitcoin, like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, these are stories that I've heard. And so it's just so many stories. And then, you know, the taxi cab driver, the guy who was driving taxis who became worth $100 million. And that's somebody I know personally. Now, there's also a guy in the crypto space. His name is Crypto. He showed pictures of himself driving a taxi cab, grinding. And now this guy's living like LeBron or Shaq. I mean, he's living the life. Got Lambos and Ferraris. I mean, but he was a taxi cab driver that got into Bitcoin early. I'm trying to tell you guys that to tell you that these guys is not, again, taxi cab driver. This guy was not, I got a PhD in cryptology and I went to the University of blockchain and what? No, these are just regular ass people who got in early that believed. And so when I listen to and when I see what blockchain backers saying, brother, I get it. You've been waiting this long. You've been holding through. I mean, we've held through the worst times ever. I'm talking about times where nobody would have made it. I'm talking about times where it wasn't even popular to say crypto. Saying crypto was like saying something wrong. Crypto, oh no, don't talk about that. You know, some of us have been through those times. You call somebody in your family, crypto, you know, oh, the phone's ringing. I got a chicken in the oven. There's somebody at my door. Anything they can do to get your ass off the phone. And there are people like that. There are people in my own family, people I'm really close to, didn't want to hear nothing I was talking about. Nothing. But then those same people, right? I've let maybe some people just don't want to hear it, right? Some people, you know, or I got friends who wouldn't listen to nothing I say, then something happens to them and they call me to borrow money. I'm like, well, you know, this money I'm going to give you is from crypto. They don't give a damn. Oh God. Shouts out to Miss C888. Almost celebration time. You damn straight. She knows, huh? Who else is up in here? Chicken 415 back in the house. Appreciate you, my brother. All you guys that are back, man, you guys are freaking legends. Ivan Hernandez, I see you, brother. Hall's balls in the house. You guys are amazing. Thank you for coming back. And again, thank you, my brother, for the virtual hug. Dual citizen, one of the realest in the game. Me and my wife like that dude a lot. Got to spend some time with him in Vegas a couple years ago. All right, let's get with it. All right, guys, we're going to piggyback off of what's going on. We're not going to get too much into the market because this takes some time. XRP's up a little bit. Bitcoin's up a little bit. Pretty much the same. Not much has happened. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so this is part 2 of our earlier stream. So we're going to get right into it. And if you guys don't know, when we go live Monday through Friday. Typically 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But today we're doing a back-to-back stream because of so much content. And don't forget tomorrow. I know the thumbnail is going to come up tomorrow. We got an extraordinary interview with Caleb Brown, 2 of the head people, my broker, which is Andrew Garside and also Jim Bassani is going to be here. So it's going to be one hell of a show. And we're going to ask some very on point. This is not going to be sugarcoated. We're going to be asking some difficult questions. Why you? Huh? What's going on? Huh? I seen a couple. What's up? And we're gonna be asking those type of questions tomorrow. So make sure you guys we're not taking it easy. And they got to make us. You know, they made me a believer, but I want to talk about why I decided to connect with those guys. All right, let's move on. So we're live, guys. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and you can find us on X as well. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Now, before we get started, guys, a couple things I want you guys to see. We were talking about DaVinci J. You guys remember this video that I just literally showed you guys here just a moment ago? About him saying, get 1 Bitcoin for $1. $1 freaking dollar. You're going to be thinking me. Now, here's what's so crazy. I want to show you guys the dynamics because something popped up when I was sitting here waiting to come back live again. He just came out with a video telling people to buy $1 worth of Satoshis. Now, remember, this is how crazy. You can't make this up. Now, there's 2 videos I got here of DaVinci J. There's one that his shirt says, I told you. This is so boss. This is dope to me. This is absolutely dope to me because 13, 14, whatever years ago, he was on the internet saying, buy one Bitcoin for $1, just one freaking dollar, yelling at that. You can get a whole Bitcoin. That same asset that costs $111,000 that got up to $126,000. He was saying back then, get a whole one for that price, right? Now, there's a video of him saying, hey, just buy $1 worth of Satoshi. And to me, this is freaking brilliant. You cannot write this any better. The fact that this guy was pleading for you to get a Bitcoin for $1, now it's out of damn near everybody's price range, unless you got big money. And now he's saying, you know what, go and get a Satoshi. And if you guys don't know, it's 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin. He gave you an opportunity to get a Bitcoin. Now he's telling you, hey, just buy some Satoshi. To me, this is funny. This is brilliant. Because I hope I can come back in 5 years from now, 2030, and say, hey, you didn't get XRP when we told you. Now that it said 1,000, if Dom and Phil over at Easy App are right, it's 1,000. Most people can't get a big bag, but I'll be able to come back and say, hey, just go get yourself some drops. I hope I can get it. Dude, that's a boss. So let's listen to both. We'll start where he was at years ago. Let's start with this one.
Because, you know, I was proud of the fact that once at least 5 people have become either millionaires or well off that have emailed me thanking me for recommending Bitcoins.
I'm going to tell you right now, when my time comes, when we get to some of these numbers like 25, 50, 100, I'm going to have not 5 people, I'm going to have dozens of people calling me, 6'8", you were right, 6'8". Dozens of millionaires. I hope to have one of the biggest millionaire families ever. Let's finish listening to what he has to say.
Now, I'm hoping that every single one of you buys $1 worth of Bitcoins, just one freaking dollar, because you're going to be thanking me.
Now that's him back years ago when you could buy a Bitcoin for $1. Let's see what he has to say today. You can't get it for $1, but you can get a Satoshi. Wow.
I told you to buy Bitcoin when it was $1. Are you going to miss it again? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for...
Now, I want you guys to understand, I'm not saying to buy Bitcoin, but I'm just making a point. He screamed from the mountaintop, get one Bitcoin for $1. The majority didn't listen to him, just like the majority didn't listen to me. And now he's coming back and saying, hey, if you still got $1, buy a Satoshi or a few. You can't make this up.
I told you to buy Bitcoin when it was $1.
Yes, you did.
Are you going to miss it again? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5. And I was going to reserve this for just the B4B, Bitcoin for Beginners school. But I realized, nope, I need to share this with all of you.
I want you guys to understand, I'm not promoting his school. I'm not promoting what he's saying. And I believe there's way better opportunities than sit up there and try to buy some Bitcoin right now. I'm not saying you shouldn't, because I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing on, and by the way, let me just say this. For those of you guys who don't know, my name is James, aka 68J. Been in crypto since 2017, documenting my journey in the evolution of money. Nothing on this show today, yesterday, or in the future should ever be considered or deemed financial advice, for I am not a financial advisor. We started the show, we've been in crypto since 17, about 8 years. We started the show about 2 years and 11 months ago. And all I'm saying is, God, I love this right here. I love the fact that this guy was on 12, 13 years ago or so, saying buy one Bitcoin for $1, one freaking dollar. And now he's telling you, hey, you didn't hear me then, maybe you hear me now. Get a damn Satoshi. Get a few of them for $1. Unbelievable.
Satoshi and I, it's Satoshi Nakamoto, have created this product called Satoshis for the average person. And the reason why we created this is because most people say they can't afford Bitcoin. Well, now you can. You can buy a Satoshi, and you can see that Satoshi in your wallet, right? You see
crazy.
Right now, you can get 872 Satoshis in your wallet for just $1.
This is crazy. So back here, I'm a hop on this because this is crazy. He told you to get a whole Bitcoin for $1, which is now over $100,000. Now he's telling you can get 870 something Satoshis for $1. Remember, there's 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin, 100 million. And now he's telling people once again, and can you imagine 10, 15 years from now, Bitcoin, let's say sooner than that, comes back and he does another video and he's telling people, hey, just get one Satoshi, just one Satoshi for one freaking dollar. He told you to get 800. He told you to get one Bitcoin for $1. He's telling you to get 800. Now again, I'm not promoting what he's saying. I'm promoting a fact. It doesn't matter what you believe in. If you don't have vision, you're going to be sick to your freaking stomach. We've been yelling this. I've been talking to people offline before I started my show. XRP for 15 cents, 17 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, $2. No, matter of fact, 91 cents when it hit when Judge Annalisa Torres did that decision back in 2023. 2 something, 3 something. We're in retracement. I'll be yelling at $5, $10, $50, $100. Where will you make the decision? This is not shilling. I'm just taking you back in history. $1 for one whole Bitcoin, $1 for a handful of Satoshis. It's crazy. You can't make this up. I love it. I love it. So with that being said, guys, I'm not going to harp on it anymore. We got a lot to cover, but I did want to do this, guy. Every now and then, I just wonder how people are doing that, that are irrelevant. You guys, like a year ago, there are people who were very relevant, who are no longer relevant. To me, Elizabeth Warren, she's running her mouth. She's irrelevant. No one gives a damn. No one cares about what Kamala or Joe Biden or any of the left was talking about, because we're not in that, but we're not under that gray, dark ass cloud no more. It's over. We're in a time where people will create life altering money. But sometimes I wonder how some of those people, we call them hucksters, fraudsters, tricksters. I told you guys to go to Fortune Productions. You guys can go learn all about Rick from the start. You can learn all about the SEC's war against crypto, Operation Choke Point 2.0. But one of the head people that try to destroy this amazing opportunity here in the United States, his name is Gary Gensler. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know, I got Gary Gensler live, one of the only few people. Gary, you there? Hello, Gary. You there? Gary?
Hello.
What's up, Gary?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we sure can, Gary. We were just wondering how you've been doing. We know that your term with the SEC, we got Paul Atkins now, by the way, Gary. I'm sure you know that. We're so happy with him. He said it's crypto time. A lot of great things are happening right now. We're waiting for ETFs and things like that. But we're just wondering how you're doing. You did nothing but try to destroy this industry. You just a huckster, fraudster, trickster. You're full of crap. We knew it. We knew you were part of Chicago, which I think is probably what led into us starting Chicago Coin. But at the end of the day, Gary, we just wondering how you were doing. Did you ever buy any Tic Tacs for your stink ass breath, by the way?
I'm a dumbass.
No, Gary, we know that. We've already been through that. I don't want to throw anything at you. Just a couple things. How you doing, and have you been buying any Tic Tacs lately?
I'm sorry.
There's no reason to be sorry, Gary. XRP is not at 50 cents. There's nothing you can do to hurt us anymore. We don't care. Again, we were just wondering. There's rumors that you're working at McDonald's or something. What's going on?
Can we settle?
Settle? Gary, the damn lawsuit's over, brother. Like, what are you talking about? I'm just wondering if you're out there in the drive-thru asking people if they want number ones or number twos, like, Happy Meals or something. What's going on with you?
I'm stupid.
We know that, Gary. We know that. Okay. You know what, Gary? What's going on with you? Just give us a few words before we get out of here. We got a show to do.
But I'll answer any questions you guys might have.
Just want to know how you feel being that you were wrong the whole time. No, I guess that's it, guys. Gary had nothing else to say. Guys, just for those of you guys don't know, that was Gary, dumbass Gensler, formerly above the SEC. Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin Family. This is part 2. Let's do it.
This one,
Come on.
does it like it is. Got them switching gears, new Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit, start crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying. Money multiplying, call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, basing let money go. Swimming in the dough, SEC gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow. I'll be better off.
Guys, we got a hell of a show for you guys today. I've been better off. We're going to save that for the next part. Let me see where we're at.
SEC gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow.
All right, let's get back into it, guys. We got one hell of a show. We got a lot of stuff to cover, but I added a couple more things. Breaking. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says AI is different from the 2000 dot-com bubble. Powell says there was a clear bubble back then. There is not one now. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, guys, big things that happen in AI, blockchain, crypto, guys. I hope you guys put yourself in a position accordingly. Now, before we jump ahead to where we left off, which I think it was the Solana congestion tweet. We'll just move on from that. But I had this right here to say, which is never settle for anything less than what you deserve. It's not pride. It's called self-respect. Self-respect. Facts. Facts on facts on facts. Let's move on. We got Big Bro 10 in the house. Shouts out to Big Bro 10. Fishing with Camo Joe's in the house. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank all you guys that came back. X-Lord, I see you. DCA Crypto Dave up in here. Up in here. TR Gurley. That's my man right there. TR in the house. One of the coolest, most realest dudes in the game. Film industry, business owner. Much love and much respect for TR. All right, let's get into it, guys. Here we left off at 60% of the American population has below 6th grade level reading. Damn, I didn't know that. I said, well, by the way, yeah, you can tell they're all, a lot of them are probably in crypto. Oh God, I'm stopping. I think that was just a shout out to some of these people. I always say the greatest thing about crypto, anybody can do it. Worst thing about crypto, you guys got it. Let's move on. Okay, get ready. Something big is coming. The Kabasi letter puts out the global bull market is accelerating. 60% of world equity markets have reached all-time highs over the last 21 days, the most in at least 2 years. This percentage has doubled over the last several weeks. The U.S., Canada, Japan, and UK and Germany are amongst the major markets hitting new records. The S&P 500 alone has reached 37 all-time highs this year. Damn, the third best streak since 2017. Wow. This is only behind 57 and 70 records seen in 2024 and 2021. The global bull run is in full swing. You guys get that? So anybody are we there yet? We're not there yet. It's happening. This is the beginning. So I want you guys to understand, typically the way that the cycles work, we talked about this in 2017. I do believe it was a hype cycle. In 2021, I do believe it was a speculation cycle. And in 2025, I do believe with everything that I am, and it's not just me, all the brilliant minds in crypto believe that this is a utility cycle, And so for those of you guys who know, it's not your typical, it's not your common. I always say history repeats itself until it doesn't. Many people feel this is a hyper, right? Some type of just next level cycle. And you have to look at it that way, guys. When you look at all these different variables, the tariffs, this, that, there's just so many different things in place that this cycle is going to be, or this bull run is going to be absolutely insane when it starts. And I do believe it has started. I believe that there's a lot of things in place that's causing this thing to coil tighter before the major explosion. And when you look at the things that are in place to have this industry explode, just look at it, right? You got a bullish America, which we've never had, right? Since Trump's came back on the scene. We have 1,700 NDAs with financial institutions around the world. We're waiting for that exposure. XRP ETFs, ISO 20022, all these different variables that are coming. The Clarity Act, my God, the Clarity Act, game changer. There's just so many things, guys, like 8 to 10 things that's going to make this thing take off in ways that are going to be game-changing, life-changing for those who know, for those who position themselves accordingly. I said, got milk regardless, you better get crypto. And that's not financial advice, just my 2 Satoshis, 2 drops, or 2 cents, however you want to look at it. Crypto Outlaws in the house. Good to see my brother C-Kaz up in here. That's my brother, C-Kaz, ex-Lloyd. Good to see you guys. Let's keep it going. Better get crypto, huh? You see the little Geico there? Part 2. Right there on the top, part 2. We did a stream earlier, guys. This is part 2. Let's move on. You will become a millionaire. I didn't say it. Altcoin Daily did. And I said a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I do agree with that. Shouts out to my man, Zach Rector. You guys heard from him earlier some of the things that he said on that Abs and Johnny with Good Morning Crypto pointed out, or I think it was Good Morning Crypto. And they had a great interview, by the way, with Mick O'Connor, which is on Good Evening Crypto yesterday. But this is Zach Rector talking about ETFs, XRP ETFs, live this week. Let's listen to my man. Shouts out to my man, Zach.
All right, folks, this is breaking news. The XRP ETF issuers updated their S1s earlier this month. They will be going live this week. That's right, folks. 7 spot XRP ETFs live this week. You heard it here first. What I did is I went ahead and I went and read the S1 filings at the SEC website for all 7 of the ETF issuers. And they all provided amendments earlier this month in October. And they included the same language that was used by Canary Capital for their Litecoin and HBAR ETFs that went live today. Same language.
Now remember, this was yesterday.
Was used by Bitwise for their Solana staking ETF that went live today. You can go to the SEC website yourself, look at the S1 amendments that were filed earlier this month on October 10th. That 20-day deadline is about to pass. They are expected to go live this week. Folks, share this out far and wide, and I got a full breakdown that just dropped on my YouTube as well.
So you guys saw these ETFs that were able to get through even through the government shutdown. XRP went back and amended their filings. So there's everything has been put in place. Their 20 days are up, which is tomorrow. And so, look, guys, this thing should be cracking. We should be off to the race. And I do believe that. I know a lot of people say, well, God, look what happened with Solana. Look what happened with, this and that. But at the end of the day, this is a game changer because none of those assets were in the type of position that XRP has been in, with the fact that it's been held down. People have been waiting for this. There's a lot of money sitting on the sides. There's a lot more people that are ready to onboard with XRP. And just think about it. When you think about the position we're talking about again. Da Vinci J, you just heard from him. Bitcoin 111,000. Not many people can get that. He's telling you get $1 worth of satoshis, 800 and something satoshis. Really? That's the opportunity? Sorry. Maybe. Hey, who knows? Ethereum right now. Can you get a big ass bag of that at 39, almost $4,000? Just saying. XRP, BNB, $1,000. Can you get a big bag of that? Solana, $200. Can you get a big bag of that? So out of the top 5 assets, you tell me what the opportunity is, and it's not just the price, huh? Connect the dots. Let's move on. Shouts out to Crypto Clay is in the house. What's up, Crypto for Life family? How about that Trump coin up 50%? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Shouts out to anybody that's got Trump coin. God bless you. Exploits in the house. We got World Be Free. By the way, guys, and shouts out to my man Crypto Clay, one of the reals in the game. World Be Free goes live. pt.2, World Be Free, Melissa Simon, live today. Don't miss it. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. pt.2, that's my sister. Let's do it. Shouts out to C-Kez in the house. Huh? Fishing with Camo Joe. I see you. C-Kez, that's my man. Shouts out to you and the nephew, man, and the wifey. Okay, let's keep it going. Oh, here we go. You may not see it yet, huh? You know, everybody's got a crystal ball, but everything is quietly aligning in your favor. You might not see it yet. Some do. What's that old saying? Some will, some won't. So what next? You think the people who didn't see what Da Vinci J was saying 15, 13, 14 years ago about get one Bitcoin for $1? No. But those same people are catching them on YouTube now. Huh? Get 800 or something Satoshis for $1. Just saying. Let's move on. Let me guess. Grabbing longs. Bitcoin did this little bit of a capitulation, slide to the downside. A lot of people thought the Fed rates. And I was just having this conversation with my son. A lot of times, guys, when you see a date comes in like, oh, Jerome Powell's going to be announcing something. Can it be Fed rates? Oh, my God. And the price is already priced in. So what happens, it gets there and people just dumping right on the market, taking profit, getting their little pips or whatever you call it. Get those little, boom, let me take a little bit off the table. And, and people panic selling. There you go. All right, Altcoin Daily says, your opinion of XRP tells me everything I need to know about your views on the crypto market. Now, this is from, guys, I'm telling you, when you start seeing people like this get bullish, we've seen it with BitTrue, we've seen it with Binance, we've seen it with, Uphold, we've seen it with a lot of these exchanges where they are bullish as hell, and Altcoin Daily puts it out there. There's a lot of people with like, because what happens, guys, is people tend to get more bullish when things are put in place. But wait, I'm telling you, there's a time where exchanges turn their back on XRP. Some of these big-time influencers turned their backs on XRP. They didn't want to talk about it. And you still got a few haters. But some of those haters, you know, you got to kind of look at who they are, man. When you got people hating on X, just go back and like, oh, they got 2 followers. They got 100 followers. They got 50. XRP sucks. No, probably the world you live in sucks, but XRP definitely doesn't. Anyways, Altcoin Daily says, your opinion of XRP tells me everything I need to know about your views on the, basically, if you know what you know and it makes sense, hey, it says a lot about you. If you're sitting there hating, it's kind of the same thing I'm saying, and you're saying a bunch of ignorant stuff, kind of says a whole lot about you, doesn't it? Your opinion of XRP says a lot. I agree with that. Okay, moving on. Buy more crypto. So, okay, this is kind of cool. Damn, Mike. It says, you meet your 18-year-old self. You're allowed 3 words. What do you say? You guys, if you guys want to put, we'll do a quick little interaction because I want to make sure we get through this stream. But if you met everybody here, if you met your 18-year-old self right now, and you're allowed to say 3 words to that person, that's it. You could go back in time to your 18-year-old self and say 3 words to yourself. What would you say? I know there's going to be some people, God knows the things people are going to say, but let's from a crypto perspective, what would you say? CoinDesk says, I would say buy more crypto. I put Amazon, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm sorry, Amazon, Bitcoin, XRP. Because if I can go back and tell and the 18-year-old me was preparing to go play pro ball. So if I'd have known what I know now, I can get some kind of hint. Amazon, what the hell is that? Bitcoin, what the hell is that? XRP, and took some of that damn money, or when I sold my businesses for hundreds of, oh God, if I go back and tell my 18-year-old self, man, I'd be a quadrillionaire. Just saying. Do a lot of good with that. All right, let's move on. David Swartz says, did anybody say anything? Buy more crypto. I love it. Crypto Clay says, buy more crypto. That's dope. Much love to you, brother. Much love to you, Hold Balls. You the man. Buy XRP hold. I love it, Anthony. I love it. That's all bars. You can even say buy Skunt G-String coin. Wait, buy Skunt G. Okay, that's too many damn words. Let's move on. Do not settle. Honestly, I would probably say don't do drugs. Would you like to see more articles like this one? What is this? Interesting read by Joe Katz. Yeah. Okay, so I read through this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but if you guys are interested, Joe Katz put this out, distributor agreement, the war on cash. So if you guys are interested in this, he obviously took a screenshot of this from Chase. Important news about cash deposits. When making cash deposits, please deposit only into personal. Okay, so if you guys are interested, I'm not going to get into this. It was an interesting read, so I reposted it, but it's a little tweet by Joe Katz. If you guys get a chance, make sure you guys go check that out. What the hell did I just do? Did I jump far ahead? I did jump far ahead, didn't I? Damn it. How far did I go? Holy crap. I got a lot to talk about. I'm going to move on. Too many analogies. Huh? Let me clear my throat. That's funny as hell. No comment. Ex-Lord, you crazy as hell. Have that. I'm not even going to say that, though. So you almost got me, though. You almost got me, bro. I almost repeated. They can read it. That's funny as hell. All right, let's see where we at. Damn it. How far did I go back? Okay, I'm going to have to speed up. Because I didn't realize I had this much to cover. There's a reason I came back. Okay, so where we at? So we left out here. We left out with Joe Katz still. Where's Joe Katz still at? All right, okay. Okay, guys. Bank XRP shares this FinTech frontier meets real world impact at Ripple Swell 2025 this year in New York City. From tokenization to financial inclusion, bold ideas plus global voices equals the future of money in motion. A minute and 39. Let's check it out.
Miami has long been a cultural and business connector between North and South America.
There is no longer this dichotomy between digital assets, crypto, traditional finance. There is a very real convergence.
The role that Ripple is playing in the industry is to really help bridge traditional finance and decentralized finance. The two financial systems need each other.
Welcome back, everybody.
How awesome is it that we are actually witnessing the creation of a new asset class?
What we're starting to see is a lot of people are starting to move into stable coins so they can be trade ready to move into any other asset.
Our vision is looking forward to tokenization of real world assets, financial and non-financial assets.
Institutions see simply, this is math. This is not just an alternative asset class. It's math that works. I'm a firm believer that you can protect consumers and markets and foster responsible innovation, grow a thriving market at the same time.
We want this to be an event where people come together, not just to work with Ripple, but to work with each other. In 20 or 30 years, when we look back, crypto is going to have a much bigger impact. Blockchain is the solution.
Blockchain is the solution. Shouts out. Going to be an amazing Ripple Swell 2025. Okay. Breaking. NVIDIA is officially the world's first $5 trillion company. My God. Whoa, $5 trillion. That's a lot of money. I can't wait for that to happen with XRP. What did Brad say? 14%? In 5 years? Just saying. What will old Romy Rome do today? Well, we know he cut rates. We're going to move past that one. Fact. This is from BD. Shouts out to BD. Says, we've never seen Ripple compare itself to any other crypto whenever it announces a new XRP partnership or acquisition. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's just talking about levels of class here, guys. But look at other coins. Every time they land a new partnership, they immediately bring it up for XRP comparison. That's a clear sign XRP is the standard. I do agree with that. They don't, they come out, they say, hey, we bought Hidden Road, blah, 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 and you move on. But, it just, well, we just partnered with, and people get crazy. Let's move on. Jack the Rippler says, breaking, Treasury Secretary Bensett says, U.S. and Japan will have a golden age. Remember, the CEO of SBI, you guys know who that is? Remember that? SBI? Yeah. One of the largest banking groups in Japan says every bank will use XRP. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all are not ready. Connect the dots. Did anybody like that game besides me when I was a kid? Connect the dots. They had Beef Bourguignon, whatever the hell's going. Brad Trump and Stuart Alderete. He was at the crypto summit on the right of Trump, straight in the same line, not on the side somewhere. He was at the Senate hearing. Yeah, just saying. Trump mentions the asset XRP and the crypto strategic reserve, just saying. That's all. Every bank. Let's move on. Good Lord. Y'all got it. Selfish. Oh, good Lord. How much reading is this? Okay, let's check it out. Okay, just a thought. Western Union built its network serving the unbanked and underbanked, helping people without bank accounts send cash across borders. That's right. That's what I know. That's what I know Western Union for. There's also MoneyGram. Today, stricter global compliance standards are reshaping that model. Remittance providers are expected to verify. And this, I know this is a big thing that's going on because they're doing it with like Walmart. When people are like, I'll go to Walmart to send money because you got to know a whole lot. No, yeah, they're changing that up. So remittance providers are expected to verify senders, trace flows, and meet AML/KYC rules. Western Union is allegedly using Solana, it's okay, for its new blockchain rails, a fast open network that supports retail scale transactions. The XRP ledger is also decentralized open source. Anyone can build on it. But RippleNet, operated by Ripple, which is pursuing a U.S. banking charter, is permissioned and fully compliant, built for institutional. Guys, look, this is the point, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing. This is the point. There's a time where Ripple, we're doing some stuff with MoneyGram, but there's what did Brad say a while back? He said there's a time where Amazon was about books. There's so much more, and so are we. Amazon Prime, Ripple Prime. Amazon serves customers. Ripple serves institutions. My God, I'm going to stop. I just made myself want to FOMO. Have you ever said something and want a damn... I just literally made myself... Amazon Prime, Ripple... Y'all stop it. Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin Family. XRP Army. Damn it. You feeling bullish like I am? I hope so. This is for you.
I'll be better off when you selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I ain't when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch, hit the Vegas crypto meetup. Hello, nice to meet ya. Shower DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man. The next night a moon party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years and it's still no cheers. The fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the mooning? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one, bag it up.
They hate us because they ain't us. Let's move on. They hate us because they ain't us. That's a fact. All right, guys, I like this right here. James XRP Rule, who, by the way, I believe, is that tonight? World Be Free? Let me look that up. Is that tonight, sis? I know you guys got James XRP Rule on one of your shows. Is it the show tonight? Where's World Be Free at? Let's see. Maybe I can find the advertisement. Is that okay? This is Wednesday tonight. 8 yeah, that's wait. 8 to 10. Yeah. So 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Should be a 2-hour show. It reads Crypto Scams Unmasked. Common sense tips to dip a toe safely with James Rule. Wednesday 8. It'll be between 8 to 10, but they'll go live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hey, family, with all the exciting buzz around Bitcoin ETFs, XRP ETF developments, DeFi growth, and altcoin action, it's a great time to be in the game. See, nobody supports like I support. Nobody, man, can you imagine if somebody did this for me? I'd be showing love because I love my family. That's how it is. Let's be real. Scammers love a hot market and are propping up more than ever. No worries, though. Our special guest will go through all that. So, I got nothing but love for World Be Free. She was one of the very few people, her and Simon, that put us on, did an interview for Chicago, is a big fan of Crypto for Life, and a family member, which is why she got 2 awards at XRP Las Vegas meetup. So I always show my sister the same type of love she's shown us. Let's move on. Tonight, don't miss it. You be squared. Be there, be square. All right, guys, this is kind of cool. James XRP Rule said, stay liquid, my friends. That's tight. Huh? Stay liquid, my friends. But it's kind of funny what they had him say. Let's check it out.
I usually don't buy crypto, but when I do, I buy XRP. Stay liquid, my friends.
Stay liquid, my friends. Now, he got beer, I got coffee, but the message is dope. Even though it's AI generated. Let's try it one more time. It's just bars.
I usually don't buy crypto, but when I do, I buy XRP. Stay liquid, my friends.
Stay liquid, my friends. That's dope. Stay liquid, my friends. That's sick. You gotta love it. Shouts out to James, to Anthony, the man, the myth, the winner. He's up in the house here. It says, this is why you buy spot and hold. With patience, you outperform people with massive money energy to lose on a whim and over-leveraged. James Wynn is his new name, and he's talking about James Wynn, which is kind of funny. It says down over 350 million in the past few weeks. It's been tough, but I still believe we're going lower. Okay. Jeez. You want to play that game, play it, baby. And then the same guy went on, I think he went on to say he's going to be a billionaire in crypto, man. I don't know about that, taking those 350 million. But, he might have that kind of money. Or he could just be somebody saying something he got, and who knows. I don't doubt nobody's pockets. I don't like doing that. So if he says he got it, unless I can say otherwise, I guess he lost 350 million in the last few weeks. That's a lot of money. But more often than not, I see people that say things like that aren't true. I'm the kind of person, hey, I'll pull it open. I'll show you. But needless to say, he might have lost that money. I don't know. He could be some rich dude. Okay, U.S. Treasury just bought back $2 billion of his own debt. Damn, is that billion? Yeah, $2 billion of his own debt. Bullish for the markets. I do agree with that. Man, $2 billion? Just print up the money, huh? That's how y'all doing it? I'm just saying. Okay, so I don't know what this was about. It said this is a Kabasi letter shared. This President Trump just now. South Carrot. I don't understand. Was this like a message for South Korea? I don't know. Kind of weird. I said, yo, what the F does this mean? I don't know. I don't know if somebody even explained it or not. Anybody know what that meant? It says the most invested man in Web3, DOS XRP. I don't know if was that who he was? Is that who he is? Let me see. Oh, I don't know who that is. Yeah, I'll just World B Feast plus Simon plus 68J. Say less. Facts. Facts on facts on facts. All right, let's move on. Okay, so Ripple CTO confirms company can sell rights to locked XRP in escrow. Whoa. If you guys didn't read, this is a pretty interesting read. I went through, you got to hit accept all that stuff. But if you go through, it says Ripple CTO confirms company can sell the rights to unlocked XRP in escrow. Now, this was something that if you really have to kind of go in and, first of all, this is not Joe Katz. Yeah. I don't know, they got this guy trying to look like him, but I don't know. It does show David Schwartz, and it does show the thing that I said. He says Ripple could sell the right to conceive to receive the tokens released from escrow, or even sell the accounts that escrows complete into. But the XRP is still can't circulate until their release dates. Now, when I saw this, if you read this and you kind of look back again, if you start connecting the dots, like, is this possible a move that can be made with the U.S.? Right? Hey, get this at this price. This could get you guys out of debt. I don't know. I just think there's a lot in place here. This could be with the U.S. This could be with BlackRock. This could be with a lot of people. Because remember, back in the day, before the lawsuit, I don't know if you guys remember this or not. And if you guys want to go read this, make sure you guys go read. I'm not going to go through it all because I'm sure it's some extensive reading, but I did read through it. And I don't want to make this damn thing way over wordy, 47 minutes in. But if you guys remember, before the lawsuit was filed against Ripple, and if you don't know the story, go over to Fruition Productions, go watch the damn documentary, and it actually tells the story how certain executives, I think it was from BlackRock and from other places, they tried to go in and buy Ripple. They tried to take over Ripple. They wanted to buy Ripple, and Ripple said no. And then there was like different institutional bigwigs that tried to get like control of the XRP supply, and they were like no. So, could some of these things be playing out where there's deals being done to move the control of these this locked up XRP to the U.S. You just don't know. You don't know. But I do believe that when you start connecting dots and you see all the things in place, the fact that Joe Cass says, I want to spend some time with grandkids, I'm going to just kind of back off and semi-retire, whatever it is, and then, brag on how I'm about to go get married and take it easy. I'm not saying he said to use the word take it easy, but it just seems like there's a lot of things going on right now that you can look at and say, you know what? Yeah, there's something big at play here, for sure. And I think it's incredibly advantageous for the XRP community. I don't think they're making any moves that's going to hurt us. I think they're making moves that are going to be bullish for us. Now, this says, BlackRock's Larry Fink says owning crypto assets or gold is a hedge against cryptocurrency debasement. Another thing, there was a video that was going around, and I don't know the truth of that video. I think I showed it a couple days ago where they were saying, where's that video at? It was a video about XRP. Oh God, was it? I think we showed it the other day. It was XRP and the national debt. So let's see, XRP, and I don't even think this is legit. I think, matter of fact, I could probably find it this way. Shoot, second. See, I lost my damn spot. Shoot. Okay, now I gotta go back and find it. Now I want to be careful with jumping around all over the place because, all right, where we left off here, Treasury, Finks. Okay, here. So I'm gonna go over to, I think it was my man, Mr. Man, right? Because I think Mr. Man reached out to me not too long ago. Let's see, Mr. Man. I know he posted it, Mr. Man, right here. So he posted it, and but he, his thoughts were kind of like my thoughts. But man, it went crazy. Like everybody was showing this damn video, right? And I really don't believe it. I mean, it was on was it DAI? I know Brad Kimes went over it and was talking as if it was like relevant. So I really don't know. Where's that damn? How long ago did he post this? It wasn't that far. Did he delete it? Where's that damn video that was talking about Ripple? Okay, whatever. You guys saw it, though, I think. Most of you guys should have saw it. It was on the last stream we did. All right, let me see. There's a point I was going to make if I could find a damn video. So this is XRP US debt. Let's see if it pulls up that way. Maybe everybody's saying, okay, this video. So like, I don't think there's. So you got people like King Valak, you got people like Digital Perspectives, Brad Kimes, and these are typically people that will look into things and dismiss if it's not, at least that's what you would think. And when Mr. Man posted this, I talked about it a couple of days ago when I did my show the last time, and he's like, I can't confirm. Matter of fact, I almost think this is not real. But yet everybody's playing this damn video. I'm going to play it one more time because everybody's playing it. So let's check it out. Shouts out to my beautiful, sexy baby, Jeanette.
National debt. $348 would have purchased 1.7% of the total supply of Bitcoin at the time. And today, it would wipe our balance sheet clean. Imagine. They've done that for Social Security, too. Because crypto is worth what people think it's worth. Simply because people are buying it, and like a Prada bag that costs $50 to make and sells for $5,000, supply and demand. Could the government theoretically, take 1/5 of our annual tax revenue, which is about $1 trillion, and put it into an emerging cryptocurrency like, XRP, currently trading around $2.50? That would explode the value of that coin. Right now, the total market cap of XRP is $144 billion in total circulation. This would multiply its value by a factor of 8, essentially returning the government $8 trillion overnight.
Now, what he's saying is on point. That's the crazy. What he's saying is actually, it's not like some XRP is going to 1,000 next week. Like that I'd be like, oh, this is just a dumbass video. But what he's saying is, and not only is what he's saying so on point, and so many believe that this is the case. You've seen literally, I wouldn't say every, but a majority of big influencers and, shows have covered it. Brad Kimes did. I think DAI mentioned it, and others. So I don't know if anybody's ever heard, says, I don't think anything is going to happen next week. No, I don't think I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is what he said is actually on point. What he's saying is actually valid. That could be the case. And there's a lot of people who feel it is, but is this actual video on point? I wish somebody knew. I wish somebody said, yeah, Jay, they did validate it. I don't know. I really
want to get aggressive. They can dump it, crash the market, buy it right back, do it all over again. Pay off the national debt by Saturday. You see, the government can't control crypto like it controls banks. And
I don't, all that is, some of it is kind of, buy it, dump it and all that. But I just think the premise of what he's saying is very plausible, right? In the sense that they could do some kind of deal with XRP to pay off the national debt. Now, I think, a lot of it, he kind of stretched it a little further. They can do it, they can dump it and do it, all that kind of stuff. But I do believe the beginning of what he said is very plausible. And I was just kind of shocked because I dismissed it. I mean, I showed it a couple days ago, and then I was kind of like Mr. Man, and Mr. Man even kind of made a comment back to me. He said, "Yeah, sounds good, but I don't really know if that's valid." And then I agree. So, but then like all day yesterday, even though I didn't stream, I saw it all over X, like every big channel. Like I said, DAI, Brad Kimes, and others. I'm like, yo, like these are people who typically will dismiss BS, but they're posting it. So I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, enough of that. Just want to bring that up. So for those who didn't see it, let's check this out. It says BlackRock's Larry Fink owning crypto assets is gold against hedge. Now, I know I made a comment on this. Let's see what I put out on here after listening to this. I said Fink's statement validates that forward-thinking portfolios already know. Diversifying into digital assets like Bitcoin, XRP, altcoins, and hard assets protects against fiat depreciation. BlackRock endorsement accelerates institutional flow. Smart allocation 5 to 10%, crypto 10 to 15%, gold. This is what Ripple is setting up for now. So I do believe that these are all the pieces. Like when we see Larry Fink and Charles Gasparino, what about an XRP ETF? I can't talk about that. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Well, you don't want me to. Yes, I do. Well, I can't. Something like that. But at the end of the day, you can see that he's very bullish on crypto. Just won't mention XRP as of yet.
If you believe that countries are going to continue to debase their currency, if you believe that there's going to be global rise of insecurity, owning crypto assets or gold.
Now, I just noticed that when he was talking, you got all these people at this round table here, right? And then you also have, it says the Board of Changemakers, Economics, I guess. But if you look at, economics, but if you look at, they mentioned Jamie Dimon, so I'm imagining, I don't know where, I see a lot of white-haired guys here, but at the very end, he mentioned something about Jamie Dimon, who at one point, if anybody in our company messes with crypto, they're gone, and all of a sudden now, that's not the case.
Are assets of fear. You own these assets because you're frightened of the debasement of your assets, you're worried about your financial security, you're worried about your physical security, and between crypto assets and gold, they believe, there's a strong belief that is a good hedge against optimism.
Okay. Jamie, you were a little skinny,
Jamie, so I want to talk about Jamie Dimon. You got anything you want to say with that? Yes, I personally think they will pump it first, and then they announce they are gifting it to the government. Also, I believe that Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse XRP is part of that deal. I don't know. I don't know what Chris and it may or may not be. Or you might be right. They may just cash these guys out where they're walking away billionaires. Because from what I understand, the amount of crypto they hold, even David Schwartz, is crazy. Like I said, when you really dig, and I want to kind of touch on this, what you're saying, Crypto Clay, we were in such a mode in the beginning of, it was exciting, right? When XRP came out, like I said in my first segment, part 1, now we're in part 2 with that people fail to realize that haven't been around for a while, that XRP was the number 2 asset. At one point, for a brief moment, it was above Bitcoin, number 1. And during that time, obviously, they were ahead of their time, way ahead of their time. And some of the things they said didn't really, for those who were at that time, crypto's about keeping the government out and government this and the government can't see nothing. Even when I got in, I was like, dude, that's stupid. Like the government's going to, at some point they're going to KYC the hell out of your ass. But early on, those who didn't get it, and those who did get it, they filed the lawsuit and they wanted to stop this innovation. And then there's a lot of people feel like there's a lot of backdoor things that was going on that, that was kind of part of the, part of the whole narrative, right? Like almost like we felt maybe it was worse than what it was. But obviously Ripple did fight the lawsuit. They did go through some things with the SEC and everything else. And I do believe like the banking cartel had a lot to do with it. You could hear Linda P. Jones talk about that on my Crypto for Life show. If you guys go over and look at some of the videos, you'll see Linda P. Jones, Molly Elmore. They made very, very good points about being in bed with the crypto cartels, and sometimes you have to pay to play more often than not, which is what Ethereum through their Ethereum Foundation, Joe Lubin, and all that stuff. And you can find out all that. This is not speculation. Go watch Fruition Productions, Rick from the Start. If you haven't, I honestly believe if you haven't watched that, you should not hold XRP. You don't even deserve to. If you haven't watched that video, and you think you know this, then that says a whole lot about you. Because I know if there was something like that existed, and I want to know the truth so I can appreciate what I got, and by appreciating what I have, it helps me with the 5 steps of success, knowing that I'm holding this thing for a reason. I understand what that reason is, the importance of what this technology is going to solve from a utility perspective, institutionally wise. You need to go watch that damn video. But they talk about it, and there were people who paid the banking cartel to go after XRP. Come on, man. You can't make this up. Go watch Rick from the start. Operation Choke Point 2.0. This is all real. But it's all here. If you guys listen to Linda P. Jones and many others that I've had on my show, they've done some incredible, coach. I mean, a lot of these people, man, a lot of great videos, a lot of great content. I told you guys, we had some before Paul Barron was doing it, before a lot of people out here trying to do interviews now, we were doing it. We had a lot of these brilliant minds on the show talking about this stuff. So I'm glad to see that it's progressing now even further. And I'm one of those people that I love it. I don't hate, I congratulate. But I'm so happy that we were able to do that early on with these just go back and watch. You guys will see we were doing a coin today. We have some of the biggest names talking about these issues in the heat of the moment when it was all going down. But anyways, so I do believe that it's kind of going back to what Crypto Clay says, that there's something big here. There's something bigger than what we know. When you connect the dots, you see these acquisitions, you see the positioning that they've done, the partnership that they put in place, and when you see that. With all these things that are happening, the meetings, the backdoor, we know that they had dinner with Trump. We know that, Trump mentioned, XRP and didn't mention a lot of assets that probably wish they got mentioned in that first three, XRP, Solana, ADA, and a lot of people are hating. Oh, as soon as Trump did that, man, I'm talking about, for anybody who remembers, man, Bitcoin Max went crazy on XRP. Then it was Litecoin. Then it was XLM. They were just going, because they weren't mentioned and they got pissed. Bitcoin did get mentioned, but they didn't like the fact that XRP and Ethereum and Solana was mentioned. I'm sorry, XRP, ADA, and Solana were mentioned first. Then Trump came back on Truth Social. Oh, by the way, my bad. What did I do? Okay, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, anyways, we know the truth. But the bottom line is that I do agree with Crypto Clay in the sense that there's something bigger at play. I do believe Joe Cat's coming out and saying what he's saying about how they can do deals with even a locked up XRP. I do believe with the sentiment of, I don't know if that video is valid that we showed earlier that Mr. Mann says, I'm not sure, but everyone's showing it because I think the narrative is on point and the fact that it could help pay off the national U.S. Debt. And if you guys go back and listen to this, me going about this video that I had with this gentleman here, it was bigger than we think. That hour or so, 2 hour conversation till like 1, 2 in the morning, when we were talking about some of these things and how it could pay off the national debt and what that would mean. And you guys got to understand, like, why would Trump not want that? That would, you understand, like, this guy just got an award from Japan no U.S. president's ever gotten. Can you imagine if Trump pays off fixes the mess that was created before he got in? I'm not saying that he didn't help create some mess, but could you imagine? I'm not trying to talk like he's some, but what I am saying is that could you imagine if he could be the one that pays off the national debt? If he can put the U.S. at the forefront of crypto innovation, what Paul Atkins says, we're years behind, but it's quickly fixed. You can fix this in a blink. You could fix this, let me put it this way, in a flip of a switch. In a flip of a switch. And what could do that? Can Bitcoin solve that problem? Will it moon that quick to pay off the national debt? Can Ethereum do that? Do they got enough in place for that? Would it be a long wait? Or is there something that could do that almost immediately once this utility, this institutional adoption takes place? And there's a reason. Why are these delays, just nonstop delays? You don't think Trump knows? You don't think they got that kind of relationship, those kind of people around us telling, man, you could become a freaking, like, not just a legendary president, but the legendary president. Come on, man. Stop it. And for anyone who has an ego, for anyone who trust me, if you don't think Trump wants that to go down in history as the greatest, and that will probably be the feel, not maybe by a lot of Democrats, but if he can solve the riddle, instead of being passed on from presidency to presidency, if he can solve the riddle, just wondering. All right, they call us crazy yesterday. They'll call us legends tomorrow. I do agree with that. How much time we got? Damn, we're already over an hour. We've always known it. Now they know. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Facts. We're so close. Lock in. Don't get discouraged. This is the first part. This is the second part of this, which is Better Buy Crypto, part 2. The flip of the switch moment is coming. I do believe that. I'm going to try to race through this because I think I got a lot more to talk about. Wave and Ripple. Wave and Ripple, the golden ratio is 1.618 on the fib. If we can get to that, it's $26.60 for each XRP. XRP has no choice but to pass the 1.618 level. That's how it's designed, because XRP, they say, it's gold. Okay. The White House, true success comes, I like this, true success comes from having the confidence and the courage to provide the doubt, to prove the doubters wrong. That's where you have your greatest success, President Donald Trump. And guys, remember, before this guy was the president, he was actually a pretty damn good businessman, a billionaire to be exact. True success comes from having the confidence and the courage to prove the doubters wrong. My God, it feels like he's talking about me. You know how a pastor talks, you ever go to church and like, oh my God, is he talking about me? Like when you say stuff like that, and that's kind of been the thesis of the premise of my whole life. Do the things that other people won't do in order to have the things that other people won't have. Prove the doubters wrong. Prove the doubters wrong. The people who said you won't amount to nothing, prove them wrong. Oh God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, shouts out to Sal Gilberti. Sal Gilberti, I know a legend in the game. Sal is the CEO of Tectrum Trading LLC. He was on the cover of Forbes. Paul Barron's had him on. I think he's had him on maybe a couple times. But Sal is a legend in the game. Started, I think, Tectrum like 16 years ago. Is a legend in the space. Bullish is all hell on XRP. And by the way, is also following us. So shouts out to Sal for his being locked into the Crypto for Life family. It's coming. It's coming. We're going into a new age. It's coming. Out with the old, in with the new. We got more to talk about that. We got to move on. Exchanges can't be trusted. Uh-oh. There's a reason I posted that. That was in collaboration with some things that I heard. I was reading on X earlier. It was talking about, or yesterday, it was talking about how these exchanges, they just got too, look guys, I'm going to just leave it at this. Binance. It's moving on. I'm going to move on. Because people are like, what do you mean? You don't like, it's not that I don't like them. It's just, yeah, y'all think everybody's out here to protect you and do right by you and they're not taking advantage of you? Just saying. Confirmed, XRP and HBAR will directly benefit from Swift's live digital asset trials, plus ongoing transition to ISO 20022. Documented. Upcoming trials will shift from control testing to real-world implementation with banking partners across North America, Europe, and Asia. Participating banks will gain access to digital wallets for settlement, enabling them to transfer tokenized cash and process payments using systems that resemble blockchain architecture. So this is pretty big. What's here on the bottom? There's something on the bottom here. Wait. Okay, here we go. This development could also benefit crypto-related payment networks such as XRP and HBAR. Known for fast, low-cost transfers, it comes alongside of Swift's ongoing transition to ISO 20022 standard, which enhances the richness and usability of financial data across borders. Facts on facts on facts. Let's move on. So again, this is kind of old news. It says Western Union to build. Now I want to set this up. Western Union to build stablecoin USD PT on Solana. Okay. Again, more on this. Just in Western Union to launch stablecoin on Solana. Got no problem with that. I'm not a hater. Congratulations to the Solana community. God knows I got some of it, but Kevin O'Leary doesn't seem to feel that way. Let's check it out.
9 months, lots has changed. Number one, we had regulation on stablecoins, which is effectively digital payment systems. That's very important. It's now law and legal. Number two, we've been talking about putting Wall Street onto blockchain for 12 years. It's never happened because there's never been a good use case to do it. And nobody wants to rebuild the infrastructure on compliance on Wall Street until now. Now, let me give you an example. If you think about now that digital payment systems are legal, and let's talk about a use case for consumers, your phone. Now, if you could be right beside your favorite coffee shop or pizza joint or burger joint and simply say, large Mac, mac and cheese, fries, that's it. That's all you have to say. Now, why will that work? Because your phone, through AI, knows where you are. It knows where they are. It has a digital payment system on chain, and it sends that $4 order in a nanosecond right to the register there. They know who you are, so when you walk in a minute and a half later, you pick up your burger, or your slice, or your coffee, or your groceries, or your dry cleaning, or anything you want. The only thing holding us up on...
Here we go. Western Union, Solana. Western Union, Solana. New partnership. The only thing that is what?
This vision, but believe me, there's a lot of people trying to solve for this, is the blockchain itself. Ethereum, everybody knows that name, and Solana is also popular over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
They're too slow. Because you're going to be doing 100 million years. They're too slow. Solana is also popular over the last 3 years. They're too slow. Everybody knows that name, and Solana is also popular over the last 3 years. They're too slow. Ethereum, everybody knows that. Ethereum, everybody knows that name. Ethereum, everybody knows that name, and Solana is also popular over the last 3 years. They're too slow. Because you're going to be doing 100 million transactions around the world every minute. And that's going to get very stuck on those chains. And that happened a couple of weekends ago in Ethereum when all of a sudden it was just a mess when they had a big correction in the digital markets and the crypto markets. So
you can listen to your homeboy Junebug. You can listen to Pookie. You can get on and listen to some of the people that are on X that think they know it all, but last year they were working at Chuck E. Cheese and McDonald's. Or you can listen to Smart Money. It's something that my mentor taught me a long time ago. Said, James, if you want to be successful, follow successful people. Successful people leave clues. You guys understand what I'm saying? So when you can go out there and everybody's hooting and hollering and everything had its time. There's always a first. Bitcoin was the first. Ethereum was the first during that time, well, you know, for what it does. The Ford Model T was the first. The 1907, you know, you get what I'm saying? Can those cars move? Do they have AC? Are they just as comfortable as the Bentley, the Lambo, the Mercedes? All I'm saying is know what the hell you hold. Crypto for life, XRP Army. This is for you. Facts are facts.
Pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Get into them bags with them stacks on us. In a different bracks where they try to tax on us.
What?
Government some lies, but them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rappers. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. Your favorite rapper clone, and he can't beat trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us. Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz.
What?
We light years ahead of the herd, like
What?
They don't want you to get rich, but die trying. But to a different code so they can't tax us. Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz.
What?
We light years ahead of the herd, like They don't want you to get rich, but die trying. You to get rich, but die like They don't want you to get rich, but die trying. Like they don't want you to get rich, but die trying.
They don't want you to get rich, but die trying. Be careful who you listen to. This is your time. Make the most of it.
But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying, and I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying.
What they say? They don't want you to get rich by die trying. That's what they're telling you. Just buy some Satoshis for $1. Just get some Satoshis. Look, I already got rich. I got in early. I'm almost a billionaire, but you know, just buy more Bitcoin so you can help me pump my bags. But you know, we don't want you to get rich, but die trying.
Ports, rocket ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd, like They don't want you to get rich, but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying, and I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. Party all night, so we just keep flying.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If fear's selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. This one, bag it up. Here come the monkey. This one,
y'all ain't ready for that. Let's move on. We're almost done, huh? Damn, Kevin O'Leary. What did he say again?
Is the blockchain itself, Ethereum, everybody knows that name, and Solana is also popular over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
They're too slow. They're too slow. They're too slow. They're too slow.
They're too slow. Know what the hell you hold, huh? Let's move on. The Kabasi letter comes out and says, this is insane. The S&P 500 closed higher today and broke above 6,900 for the first time in history. Yeah, a whooping 398 components in the S&P 500 closed red. This means that 80% of the S&P 500 companies closed red. 80%? Yet the index still closed green. Why? Big tech is everything. Huh? What you invested in? This is why I chose Caleb and Brown. What am I talking about? We're going to be talking about this tomorrow, but there's just stories on stories on stories, okay? It says, what is going on, Coinbase? I did nothing wrong, he says. I got this random email, and now I can't send out crypto off the exchange. It says, as of the most trusted crypto exchange, as As the most trusted crypto exchange, Coinbase takes a number of steps to keep your account safe. And when we actively monitor for unusual activity and scams, that may affect our customers based on blah, 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 blah. So anyways, all I'm saying, guys, is look, I don't want to be dealing with that. I know even Zach Rector at one point was telling me that he had a big issue with Coinbase. I've seen a lot of people have, especially when it's time to make things happen. You guys remember when the AWS thing happened? How many people were able to get out? How many people were able to buy? How many people were able to get these dips the way they wanted to? Just saying. So at the end of the day, all I got to say about that is this is why I chose Caleb Brown. Link is right there. Let's move on. Hustle until your money makes money. Hustle until your money makes money. Facts. I love it. Well, you guys talking about Trump stuff. Yeah, I stay out of those politics. People get all crazy. People get all cray-cray. I stay out of it. Anyways, guys, let's see. We got any new people up in here that I haven't said hello to besides my family? Me familiar? Uh-oh! Ramiro Pastor! What? Guys, I'm going to tell you right now. I told you guys a while back, I had one of the biggest Latin teams in the world. And the reason that I used to go and speak to people in Argentina, Ramiro's here. So Ramiro was my partner in Ecuador. So we did business in Ecuador. We did business in Chile, I think like Peru, Argentina. We were everywhere in South America. And the only reason that I was all over those countries and had the biggest Latin team in the world and what I was doing is because of Ramiro Pastor. This dude is one of the most epic, amazing Hispanic motivators. So when I was out there speaking in those countries, I had to have a translator because I didn't speak Spanish, and that's 99% of what they speak. You had a few people that spoke English, but I would travel. They would assign me Ramiro would make sure that I always had a translator. So if you guys ever look on my deal where you see me like up on stage in my intro or my exit video, and you see me speaking, and it looks like there's thousands of people or hundreds of people in the audience. And then you'll see like me with somebody standing next to me. That's me with a translator. So I used to travel the world speaking at these events, talking about mindset, talking about building wealth and things like that, and what does it take to be successful and all those things, and connecting and all those things. So that's what I was really good at. That's what they called me, the master at. And Ramiro's one of my greatest friends. When we left California to move to Hawaii, we were going to go to Ecuador. I actually went out there for 2 months to kind of what's it called? Look at what was out there, and we really thought about going out there because the people out there are freaking beautiful, amazing, loving. People always say, "What do you think about Ecuador?" And I used to say, to me, it would be a reflection of what heaven looked like. Just amazing heart. Loving people. So shouts out to Ramiro Pastor, my man, Pots and Pans. We traveled all over South America together on some of the biggest stages around the world. Love you, brother. Mean the world to me. Hello, my friend. Definitely much love to you, man. I'll be reaching out to you soon. And Ramiro's one of those people, man, that I told him, and I'll say it again, like when and I won't say when we make it, because I believe in most people's eyes we have, but when we get to that next level where we're giving away, like I said, giving away cars on this show and all that, and then I call it the ABC. A is where you take care of yourself. B is where you take care of your immediate family. C is where you take care of everybody else. I'm waiting for that BC situation, right? And so when that happens, Ramiro is definitely part of that C. I make it, he makes it. Love you too, bro. And that's the kind of stuff that we were doing. We were building relationships. Good people. If I had to count 5 of the nicest people, 5 of the kindest, most loving people on one hand, he's in the top 5. That's the kind of dude he is. So shouts out to Ramiro. Man, I spent some incredible time and traveling, like I said, all over South America with him on some of the biggest stages. Got to meet some of the most amazing people. And the crazy thing, his circle, you're talking about a guy who's got a circle. I'm going to say this, I don't want to embarrass you, Ramiro, but in Ramiro's circle, he knew the Oprah Winfrey's. He knew the president of the FIFA. Like, I would go to these people's houses. I would go to some of these houses, and these guys, shouts out 100 XRP in days. Damn! That's Abdullah. He got Ab's picture. Okay, because I know is that Abs? $100 XRP. I see Abs picture. Is this Abs? I think it is. Yeah, it is Abs. Because you know what it is? I'm not used to them showing Abs handle. It normally just says Abs. Abs says $100 XRP days. Wow, crazy. But Ramiro, so you guys know, this guy is a guy who knew the people who owned the FIFA. Like when I would go out there, we would have dinner at people's houses where they had gold plates made out of gold. They like, you guys ever hear of like I'm trying to tell you guys, like you can't make this up. Romero's here, and anybody who's affiliated with us during that time, who maybe watched this show, but we would go to people's houses that own, like, you ever see Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch mansions? People who owned, like, you go to the malls and they had the H&Ms and Forever, the people who owned all that. So this dude was one of the most connected people in all of South America, and I traveled all throughout that country speaking, traveling, motivating. It was just crazy, bro. It was crazy times. We would get up and speak, and people being honest, crying. It was just, we had that type of impact on people. So shouts out, much love, award-winning guy as well. So shouts out to Romero. Love you, brother. All right, let's move on. Shouts out to Romero. And shouts out to all the family back out there in South America. Okay, the most underrated skill today is staying calm in chaos. I agree with that. Haha, no, I didn't mean in days. No, I know you meant abs. It's coming, though. It's coming out. And then, by the way, guys, if you guys get a chance, you got to go watch Good Morning and Good Evening Crypto. Man, he has had, Abs have been turning it up. Abs, he had Mikkel Connor on. He did a phenomenal interview with Paul Barron. He had Zach Rector. This dude has been on freaking point. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't miss. I might miss this. I might miss that. I might miss going to the gym, but I do not miss Good Morning or Good Evening Crypto. That's my dude. And Abs is one of the roles in the game. Remember when I first met Abs and we connected at the event, this dude came and gave me a hug. I thought, damn, this is my brother. I love this dude. So shouts out to Abs, Big Heart, Coach JV, Johnny Crypto, Mario Gonzo. Man, they got a real family. You got to go over there and subscribe to these guys. They are second to none. First class all the way. Okay, so the most underrated skill today is staying calm in chaos. I do agree with that. Now, guys, this is kind of interesting. I want to show this, but it's 9 minutes. Damn it, I'm already on. This is kind of a cool little, it says Ripple replaces the Federal Reserve. XRP is a done deal. This is a pretty damn cool video. I don't know who made this up, but it's pretty doggone cool. 9 minutes is a long-ass time, so I don't think we got time. XRP is a done deal. I do believe this, and I almost want to show this. Abs came in and said, XRP to $100 someday. I do believe that. You hear Dom and Phil over at Easy A say $1,000 by 2030. Man, think about that while you're watching this damn video. I'm gonna give you a little bit, but can't give you too much. It's too long. Love you, brother, too, my man.
Everyone's distracted by political theater. The biggest financial.
And this is actually the voice of my man Rob Cunningham, who's been on my show. I actually interviewed Rob. Pretty cool cat.
Revolution in American history has been happening under our noses. In about 24 months, one company quietly spent over $3 billion assembling what can reasonably be called a replacement for the Federal Reserve System. Not a competitor, a replacement. I'm talking about Ripple. Before you think crypto company, pause. That's exactly the perception being encouraged while Ripple acquires core financial infrastructure. Here's what they've actually built. This isn't a startup with a white paper. It's a full stack monetary system already operational. In 2023, Ripple acquired Hidden Road for $1.25 billion. Hidden Road was a global multi-asset prime broker serving 300 plus institutions, having cleared over $3 trillion across FX, crypto, derivatives, and fixed income. Rebranded as Ripple Prime, Ripple didn't buy a trading desk. They bought Wall Street's plumbing.
Man, shouts out to Rob Cunningham. He is dropping bars.
Next, G-Treasury reported integration value $1 billion, connects 800 plus corporate clients, and to 13,000 banks, moving roughly $12.5 trillion in annual payment volume. That gives Ripple direct pipes into where Fortune 500 CFOs manage cash, liquidity, FX, collateral, and working capital. Rail, for about $200 million, processes a meaningful share of global stablecoin B2B settlements and automates back-office reconciliation. Ripple folded Rail into its stablecoin business and RLUSD Instant, programmable commercial money for business settlement. Put simply, Ripple Prime equals market access plus liquidity. G-Treasury equals corporate treasury layer. Rail plus RLUSD.
I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't going to show this thing. I'm going to show it. I don't give a damn. This dude is dropping nuggets, straight bars. Shouts out to Crypto Clay. Shouts out to all you guys. Abs, my man, Pots and Pans. Let's keep it going.
Equals instant settlement dollar. These moves form the plumbing of a new monetary chassis. Ripple also acquired pt.2 Institutional Custody and Tokenization Infra and Standard Custody, a New York chartered trust. That gives institutional grade custody for crypto, tokenized real-world assets, CBDCs, and stablecoin. Crucially, Ripple has applied to the OCC for a national bank charter and for a Federal Reserve master account. If granted, Ripple becomes a Fed-connected bank that can custody digital assets, issue RLUSD, and clear value directly with the central bank 24/7, not sitting in the lobby, but
The greatest financial game of chess you've ever seen. Shouts out Ripple, XRP.
walking into the control room. Brad Garlinghouse has said XRP sits at the center of everything Ripple does. So assemble the layers. Ripple Prime for market access, G Treasury for corporate cash management, Rail and RLUSD for instant settlement.
He said, and Brad said this, XRP is at the center of everything. Words mean everything that Ripple does. I don't know if y'all ever seen a black man with goosebumps, but damn it, I got him right now. Had him then too. Just saying. Let's keep it going.
Standard Custody, pt.2 for regulated vaults, a national bank charter for legal authority, and XRPL, ODL, ILP, AMM for trustless programmable settlement.
Yes, sir.
This is a full reserve, always on, globally compliant, tokenized monetary system, not a prototype. Now, what problems does this solve that governments and corporations are desperate to fix?
Here we go.
Problem A, slow settlement and counterparty risk. International wires and correspondent banking take days, create FX slippage, and layer intermediaries who each add fees and risk. With XRP as a neutral bridge and RLUSD as a regulated settlement dollar, counterparties in different currencies can settle atomically. I get mine only when you get yours. Settlement compresses from T+2 to 3 days to mere seconds, with ISO 20022 data embedded for audit, compliance, and tariffs. Problem B, opacity and liquidity, collateral, and rehypothecation. Today, the same collateral can be pledged multiple times across prime brokerage and derivatives. Ripple Prime plus on-ledger custody means collateral, margin, and settlement can be transparent and auditable. Tokenized custody prevents secretly pledging the same asset many times. The fraud window narrows. Problem C, corporate treasury fragmentation. Multinationals juggle bank accounts in 20 countries. FX swaps, compliance checks, liquidity pools, and manual reconciliation. G Treasury, integrated into Ripple plugs Treasury ops into programmable rails, so value, reserves, and FX flow instantly across 13,000 plus banks.
Now let's pause this for a second. I want to give credit where credit's due. Make sure you guys go over and check out my man Pots and Pans. He is one of the greatest in the game. We got nothing but love for him. We connected early on. He's been on the show. He is definitely a legend in this space. Let me put it up here on a second. You guys go check out and follow my man Rob Cunningham. It's at Koal Show. Again, I've had him on my show. Incredible dude, big heart, spiritual man, and definitely on point in everything that he's saying. So make sure you guys go over. I want to make sure I give credit where credit's due. Rob Cunningham, the man, the myth, the legend. Let's keep it going.
And hundreds of corporates. Corporate money becomes software. Problem D, regulatory accountability. Regulators now demand provable compliance. Every transfer can carry structured data satisfying AML, KYC, sanction screening, tariff enforcement, and tax reporting in near real time. That's trusted but verifiable. You don't have to trust a counterparty. You can verify them on ledger. So what happens to the Fed model? The Fed issues base money and backstops banks. Commercial banks multiply base money through fractional reserve lending, creating credit that becomes deposits and charging interest on it. The system is intentionally opaque. Now place Ripple's stack alongside that. Direct impact has-on, transparency, pressure, atomic, timestamp, KYC, auditable settlement, makes the black box netting of big banks obsolete. Direct Impact Hash 2, liquidity without leverage. Provably backed instant settlement reduces the need to borrow bank IOUs for cross-border.
Shouts out to the greatest family on planet Earth, Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin family, XRP Army, greatest family on planet Earth, EARL. We got just over 3 minutes. Let's keep it going.
Movement. Direct Impact Hash 3, collateral discipline. Tokenized, regulated custody shrinks secret rehypothecation and forces leverage down. Direct Impact Hash 4, alternative rails for sovereigns. If Ripple gains a Fed master account and issues RLUSD under supervision, large corporates and treasuries can bypass parts of the correspondent bank stack.
He said Abs just wants one of the J's free cards. I'm going to tell you right now, Abs, and I know you're joking, but Abs is one of our day ones. If there's, what I love about Abs is the same thing I love about Melissa, equally. And that is the fact that they both are tremendous supporters of the channel. If you go to XRP Las Vegas Meetup 2025, not only did Abs get a community trophy, like all my other community members that were there from Crypto for Life, which means he's part of our family, but he also came and just spoke and just was present and just showed his love. So he got a trophy just like Melissa for that as well. So I know a lot of you guys are giving him a hard time about $100 in days and all that, but at the end of the day, speaking some truth behind that, and again, I know my family is funny as hell, but Abs is one of those real dudes, and we all appreciate him, which I know that Crypto Clay's a big fan as well, and many of you guys are as well. Shouts out to Abs. Let's get back to it.
Direct Impact Hash 5, end of hidden usury as default. Instant, auditable, asset-backed settlement makes it harder to justify skimming interest on credit conjured by ledger entries. This is bigger than tech versus banks.
I agree.
It touches law and moral order. God's law honors honest weights and measures,
Amen.
Transparent dealings, no theft by deception, and no oppression through abusive lending. The old system legalized money creation without collateral, routed it through private banks, and normalized charging interest on fabricated credit, a system that benefits from murky audit trails and concentrated control.
Make sure you guys go to our Crypto for Life. We got almost just under 200 people out here watching on all these different platforms that we're on. Go to our Crypto for Life page. It's Crypto for Life with your boy James, AK6AJ. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. We're also live on X. If you have a Roku TV, we're also live on Roku as we speak, and Firestick TV, as we're part of the IMU TV family as well. So with that being said, let's finish it up. Appreciate you guys in a major way. About 2 minutes left. Let's do it.
That's Pharaoh economics. Control the grain, force dependence, rent life back to the slaves at interest. The emerging system Ripple aligns with, offers the opposite. Tokenized value that's traceable, provable, and redeemable. Settlement finality without blind trust. Stablecoins like RLUSD that can be on-chain accountable and, if supervised by a bank charter and Fed account, directly overseen. XRP as a neutral bridge doesn't belong to any one nation or megabank. Neutrality plus auditability is the antidote to captive money. Under these conditions, the Fed's legacy model looks inefficient, non-compliant with modern data needs, systemically dangerous because of hidden rehypothecation, and morally indefensible when full reserve settlement is available. This doesn't guarantee overnight collapse, it's a trajectory. Nations move toward ledgered bilateral trade. Stablecoin legislation forces dollar token issuers into banking oversight, and Ripple is positioning itself as a regulated 24/7 settlement bank with custody, brokerage, treasury management, and programmable rails.
You guys get a chance, make sure you guys go check out my man, Rob Cunningham, the one and only. Appreciate you in a major way, brother. Great content. TikTok is on his way. Let's move on, guys. Armando Pentoya says, and shouts out to Armando. He was on one of our guests on our show as well. 10,000 XRP is already inevitable. My God. I thought I was bullish. He says, they'll say it's impossible, but they said that about Bitcoin as well. But the math doesn't lie. Regulatory clarity plus mass adoption. Next stop, XRP, supply shock. XRP has been recognized and paraded by some of the biggest names in the game. Even those who try to deny it, like BlackRock, they're on board. Trust me, he's not missing the boat. Shouts out to Armando Penjoy, just talking about things that are soon to come. Well, in the future. A lot of times people don't have vision. They didn't have vision at Bitcoin. Obviously, you can see my man Da Vinci Jadis comes out and says, "Hey, one Bitcoin for $1." Now he's telling you get a handful of Satoshi for the same amount. They felt the same way about Ethereum and many other assets, guys. They've doubted XRP. And look, I wouldn't say rightfully so, but I'll say, hey, what do you expect when the last administration was against it? They even had the SEC, which a lot of people, respected. At one point, they were one of the most respected government bodies in the sense that, they always did what was in the best interest of people, always put us in the forefront of innovation until they didn't under the regime of Gary Gensler, connected to Elizabeth Warren and many others that were doing their best to try to destroy this incredible industry, this life-altering industry that would give so many people the opportunity to change their family's life. But again, it wasn't about us. And if you guys want more on that story, make sure you guys go check out Rick from the Start. The War on Crypto by Fruition Productions. Maya and Chris did such a phenomenal job. With that being said, guys, we're almost out of here. I appreciate you guys in a major way for logging in again. This is our second show. Our first one was Better Get Crypto, which it was part 1. Now we're in part 2. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe so you guys don't miss any of this incredible content as we move forward. Ripple Prime said enough. Enough said. Gotta love it. It says the 13th shutdown, and this came out by the White House, out of all people. On the night of the 13th vote, the nightmare continued. They put the Democrats shut down. Oh, God, man. When will these people get it right? Hopefully sooner than later. What a riot. The Kabasi letter puts it out and says, you may not realize it now, but we are witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime run in market, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We've been saying this forever, guys. Some people get it, some will, some won't. So what next? That's the way the world goes around. Driven by the intersection of the one of the biggest technological revolutions in history, deregulation, and trillions of dollars of investment. What a wild ride. Are you positioned? I think so. By the way, guys, this is going to sum it up here. We've got the one and only, my man Pots and Pans, Jim Bazzani, and Andrew Garside, who just literally came to my house. He was with us, took us out to dinner last night. We had a phenomenal time. Great time with him and his wife, and my guy, John Singh, his wife, Veronica, and my little nephew. We were all there, had a phenomenal time, had a really nice next level dinner. And then he actually came to my house before the dinner earlier that day. I think it was around 2 o'clock. He was here sharp. We spent some time going through all the ins and outs of what they do. But definitely look forward to the live tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Caleb and Brown right here. And it's not going to be a discussion like you hear on anybody else's channel. Trust me, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of what they do, how they protect you and I, and why it's important to have someone like them who offer institutional custody. So make sure you guys go check it out, or come check it out tomorrow. It's going to be incredible. Okay, every XRP you didn't buy today will cost your 60-year-old self $1,000. Don't blame the government. Blame yourself for not looking far enough into the future. Hey, BD is entitled to his opinion. My job to go out there and share it. What else we got in here? XRP live this week, says Zach Rector. And that's it, guys. We're out of here. So with that being said, let's give some love before we get up out of here. Beekeeper69 says, hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate you in a major way, my brother. Crypto Clay, the man, the myth, the legend. Crypto Clay, definitely appreciate you, brother, and your humorous personality. That it takes a family like this for everybody to be locked in. Definitely appreciate you, my brother. Shouts out to Crypto Clay. Shouts out to Anthony Wan, the man, the myth, the Wan, also with the humorous personality as well. Me and Anthony Wan go way back. Appreciate you, brother. Esco 215, much appreciated, Anthony Wanner. It's a dope vibe here every time I drop by. Salute, bro. Salute to you as well, my man. Appreciate you. We got Chicken 415 in the house. We got DCA Crypto Dave. Facts on facts on facts. That's a fact. We got, who else we got up in here? BQ69. We got X Lloyd in the house. Appreciate you, X Lloyd, my man. We got Crypto Clay. We got, who's we got up in here? Abs in the house. Shouts out to the man, the myth, the legend. Make sure you guys go check out Good Morning and Good Evening Crypto. Abs, Johnny Crypto, and a host of others. Gonzo, Mario, and those guys on their own, and also Coach JV. Phenomenal team, phenomenal family. Who else we got up in here? We got Ramiro, one of the coolest in the game, one of the greatest speakers. Dude just moved mountains. Incredible dude. Shouts out to South America, Ramiro Pastor. Who else we got in here? We got True Dukel. We've got DCA Crypto Dave. We've got who else we got up in here? Shouts out to my beautiful queen. I saw her earlier. Shouts out to Jeanette. Shouts out to Jose. Shouts out to Chaka Bartel. That's my man right there. Who else we got in here? Jose, good to see you, brother. We got the strategist in the house. We got anybody else? Who else we got up in here? Up in here. We got Crypto Outlaw. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything is well. Crypto Outlaw is up in here. My sexy baby, my better half, my beautiful queen. Also my drug dealer. Y'all stop it, huh? Pray for me. Dual citizen in the house. Dual citizen. Wife got me hooked on coffee. It's all good. They call me 68J, a.k.a. Liquid Coffee Crackhead. That's all right. Don't mind. World Be Freeze in the house. Good to see you, sis. Oh, Lord. Dual citizen in the house. Thank you so much, brother, for the virtual hug. Means the world to me. One of the realest in the game. My buddy. Dual citizen. Are we there yet? Nope, not yet. Shouts out to all those who couldn't make it. CK's in the house. Appreciate you, my brother. Shouts out to you and the fam. Fishing with Camo Joe's in the house. Halls Balls. Big Bro 10. That's my sister right there. Big Bro 10. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support, sis. For all you guys that are here, for all you guys that are out there, make sure you guys definitely lock in. Continue to do your research. Have that plan in place, guys, when it comes to the 5 steps of success, which is have a strategic plan. Do your own research. Number 1, control your emotions, guys. Learn to take profit. Focus on your why. They say if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. Until next time, we love you a lot. Ramiro Pastor, my brother, much love to you. Much love to the whole Ecuadorian family. Much love to the Crypto for Life Chicago Coin family and XRP Army. I would go out because I know this has been long, but you guys deserve the rest of this song. Crypto for Life Chicago Coin family, XRP Army. Are you ready? Let's end it on this note.
We looking for that astro flip. Guacamole, I want the whole damn dip. I got my spacesuit on, yeah. I want the whole damn shit. And if you bring in any photo, bust the whole damn clip. Nah, we do our own research here. Over ledger on a t-shirt here. We in the jungle, I know. They like, monkey, how you see so clear? I did my homework, so he don't care. Yeah. Sitting on a ledger with the bag man. And I just bought Quant with my bad hand. A little Globians and XDC. And a little more XRP, we not playing. So basically we repping for the same set. Cause we was here way before the main net. Who would have thought that crypto tales would come together on a topic that we know so well? Music.
So many years and it's still.
Love you too, my brother. Ramiro Pastor. Big hugs for all you guys. Crypto for Life Chicago Coin family, XRP Army. Until next time. It's your boy James, aka 68J. Until next time. Peace. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Yeah.